All right. Hey guys, welcome to the next podcast. We are back. I'm here with my buddy James. This is Landscaping to the Point. He is from Second Mile, correct, James?
Yes, sir. Second Mile.
You're in what? Where are you at, James?
I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, city.
So, if you guys haven't been to this thing, we talk about anything. I know it's called Landscaping to the Point. It is not about my hair because my hair is always at a point. So, but we talk about stuff that is straight to the point. But what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to grab a drink. I know I got me a nice good drink. I don't know if James has got a good drink. And we're just sitting here drinking and talking about business, life, anything that we can. But hey, if you're out on a mower listening to this podcast or driving, don't drink and drive. I mean, I know you could do it with the mower, but you know, I've seen people just run into the ponds and into cars and stuff, and I don't think we want that. Do we, James?
No, we don't. We don't. Definitely rules.
Yeah, there's rules to listen to this podcast. Okay, you can listen at home and drink all you want and enjoy this podcast. But we're gonna have this up on YouTube also, and pretty soon we are going to be going live on YouTube with these podcasts, and then we'll also be putting it up on our national streaming platforms. I was trying to think of all of them earlier. It's iHeart, Spotify, and Apple. So definitely let's get going to the point. So James, what are you drinking right now?
I had a drink. I don't know if I said it. It's a it was a little Pepsi mix action, So
nice.
We're fans of Trulies, man. We like a good Truly. Got to give credit. My girl got me on those, and I really like those, man. I'm a lightweight, so I don't drink nothing super heavy, but
Right.
I'll do a drink or I'll do a kind of a one of the seltzers. I kind of like those, so I've been on those lately, man. That's been my little kick. So
Nice. Well, I think you were drinking more the last time we did this podcast.
oh, dude, I'm telling her, didn't believe me. Drank so much in Chicago. I'm like, that's the most I've ever drank in my life, and I didn't feel anything, but it's
Right.
weird. Knows my limits. And so I don't know why, but maybe we were just excited, the energy, the atmosphere, everything like that. But man, here, like I'll drink one Truly and I'm KO'd, man. I want to go to sleep. Like, go ahead and drink the Truly so you can go to bed, and
Right.
we stayed up till 2-3 in the morning, man, and then got up at 7 like it wasn't nothing, man.
Yeah, I know. I remember having at least 4 or 5 at the bar with a couple of shots, and I remember just killing almost a whole bottle back at the hotel. So, and I know we had a couple beforehand, so it was like,
dude, I tore it. I think I'm almost certain I took a Jack and Coke to go on the bus at the hotel.
Yeah, you did.
And then we stopped at a liquor store on the bus on the way.
Right. It was just nonstop. I mean, it like you said, it was the atmosphere. I think you kept drinking and talking, and just there's so much networking. And that's the good thing about part of that group, and just being part of the EMB community. It's just to be able to talk to anybody at any time is just awesome. So
absolutely, that was the hands down, man. The best part of the event was being able to kind of let walls down, talk on one accord, man, and come to each other just as friends and not as business owners, and just talk shop and life. And that was the best part, man. Finally getting to interact with people that you've only seen, on social media for the past 4 or 5 years, So.
Oh yeah. It's amazing. I mean, I'm glad that we got to meet. I mean, meeting you a long time ago was awesome. There's so many people that I met this time, and it was just amazing to meet and actually sit down and talk with people. That's I'm always amazed to sit and talk with people.
I think you get a better, and I think like what we're doing right now with the Zoom call is about as close as you can actually get, right, without being physically there. But it's just something about being physically there, man. It just feels that much more real, that much more intimate. And I don't know, man. You can see people's mannerisms, how they respond, their facial expressions, their actions, whatever. And it just to me, I don't know, it gives us a closer, uh, I don't know, a closer bond, I guess. And man, I absolutely love it. I think the EMB has been great for that. And thankful for being able to be a part of it again for a second year. And COVID kind of messed it up last year.
Oh
We
yeah.
still things, but it wasn't near to the scale that we did this year. So that was really cool being able to do that, man. And shout out Echo for taking care of us, man. They're
Oh
good.
yeah. They always do. And last year, yeah, like last year with COVID, it was hard, but being able to be at, the GIE, which is now the Equip, is that it was a great thing to have everybody there that could show up and to meet people that were part of the group that you didn't see before, except for through Zoom calls or YouTube or like you said, social media. So I mean, this is a lot different than to be able to do face to face. So
Definitely.
yeah. So you've been in business how long, James?
Full time, I've been in business the past, I guess, 7 years now, going on 8. But I've been doing lawn care landscaping, man, since I was in high school. We were talking 16 years old, and I just turned 33 a couple days ago. So you
Happy
think,
birthday.
man, been doing it a long time. It seems like, So
Oh
it's
yeah, I mean, it's going. I mean, from since I followed you, dude, you just rock out. I mean, I noticed you worked as a delivery driver during the winter one year, and you still been able to just knock it out of the park every time you're out there. And to see you from where you came last year to then this year is just amazing, dude. You're
yeah.
knocking it out. That's
Well,
amazing. So
and I talk about it, man. I'll never ever be above doing anything. That goes for whoever's working with me. That goes with getting a job. That goes with humbling myself. I try to be good about it. Yeah, I really, really do, man. So last year, you know how stuff happens, man. I
oh
lost
yeah,
my 2 contracts. I lost the banks that I had for 4 years, and I lost the storage unit complex that I had. It was nothing I did personally. It was just they wanted to go a different direction. Obviously, that means cheaper, and somebody outbidded me at the bank. I heard storage unit place was they were slow pay anyway, so I wasn't that upset about losing it. But I was like, man, I don't really have anything lined up. Normally, I'll have some landscaping work or something to float me. I didn't have anything to float me. Well, what's
right.
the next thing, man? Going and getting a job. And it's not a full-time thing. It was a full-time thing for 4 months, but it was just to get me through the winter. And I mean, as soon as February hit, Scott, I was getting calls. James, we need mulch. James, we need some hedge trimming. James, we need, and I'm just like, the guy at Amazon, hey man, we really love you here. Are you going to plan on staying? I'm like, oh man, I'm out of here,
Right.
and left. And I mean, it's crazy how God works things out. My mother was going through a lot of health issues and still kind of going through them, but it's a lot better than it was in January, February. And she ended up getting past all these things, and she was just like, I need your help right now with the house. I need you here, blah blah blah. So the the Amazon thing was like, yeah, I need to go anyway. I'm getting calls.
Mhm.
Mom needs me, so it's God telling me like, hey, come on, it's time to make it happen. Trust me, I'm going to provide the way. And yeah, he provided the way, man. We did I got a call for a 166-yard mulch job in February, which is a
Right.
crazy mulch to do in the middle of the winter, but paid, it floated me, you know what I mean? So we're back in business, and I'm back rolling and I'm getting calls like crazy. So we just ramped up the landscaping this year, man, and I've been doing a ton of it. So I'm thankful for that, and
So
that's been
do you love doing more landscaping than mowing?
right now. Yeah, I am. And that's kind of what I always wanted to go, my direction. I love landscaping. I love learning about plants. I love doing install work and design work and creating things from nothing. And I'm big on a good before and after, man. I love the transformation. It can be a crazy overgrown property. It can be a flower bed makeover, whatever it is. I love seeing that transition, that before and after. And we I tend to do a good bit of that, which I'm okay with too, man. It all pays. And a lot of the times we kind of find that niche work where, which too, man, you don't run a really big crew. You have, but you run a kind of
Right.
smaller me. and you know how many man hours it can take you, and you can bang out a job in one day with you and one guy if you're doing it right, and you got the right equipment, the right setup, the right, materials in place, whatever. And so that's kind of how I've been doing my jobs this year, and it's worked out, man. I've been amazed at some of the stuff we've accomplished with just two guys, but again, you got the right guys in place, you can do that. So that's kind of where we're here.
Yeah, I mean, like James had said, I've been in business for 26 years this year, and I've had up to 8 guys at one time working out there, and up to 4 trucks on a daily basis. And I'll tell you what, you get the right 2 men, James is right, or the right person, and you can knock out anything. Last year, me and my one guy, we had my younger son every once in a while help out, but we knocked out 330 yards of mulch between September to December. And then we also installed a whole bunch of trees, bushes, the whole 9 yards. And to be able to do it with just me and one other person 90% of the time, it's amazing on what you can do. So you can do it. So just you got to keep your mindset to it and know exactly and have that right person. So definitely.
You get it, and I think you hit on it, man. You get the like-minded person, the person that and they talk about the bigger companies I've heard on podcasts where you create, that's a big word going around, creating company culture, where right people that love working there, et cetera, et cetera. Well, we're not thinking about that. We're thinking about, how do we keep this one guy employed? How do we make sure he's good? How do we make sure he's got everything he needs, can take care of his family? So we're creating that company culture too. It's just on a smaller scale. And I think that's a special thing, man. Like I try to do incentive stuff for whoever's working with me. My guy needed some new work boots. I knew he couldn't afford them. Got him a new pair of work boots the next day at work. And he was just like, dude, you didn't have to do these. I will keep wearing mine until they break. I'm like, dude, they're already broke. I'm like, take them, man. You need them. We both need them. I needed new ones. You needed new ones. It worked out. So just little things like that, man, just to show that, hey, man, I know you're busting tail. I appreciate you, is extremely.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I treat my guy, he's been with me for 3 years, and I treat him like family. I mean, I know his dad real good. I knew his kids. I mean, yeah, we grew up, we went to high school, the same place. He has the same thing because he used to do his own stuff for a long time. And, he has the ability that he wants to do everything. He wants to make sure it's perfect. I've taught him the way I want it done, and he goes above that because he knows that it's my business and I want to make sure that, it's going to look good for me. But he also knows that he wants his name to be there, as that's the person that, is with me at all times and makes it look good. So, you got to treat them like family pretty much, and keep them around.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I think that, expressing the gratitude, allowing guys to take ownership. If they want to, hey, I want to head up this install, or I want to make sure this is laid out good or landscape good, whatever, let them do it, and watch how well they do. You know what I mean? Don't just try to micromanage and take over everything. I'm not a fan of that. And when I worked at full-time jobs, man, I dealt with a lot of managers like that. So I think that's why my managing style is very hands-off and laid back. And, you have your goal. I have my goal of what needs to be done. We'll collaborate when we need to, but we'll go work on our goals separately and then come together when it's time to leave, and that's just kind of how I've ran things, man. And that's worked,
Right. So do you see yourself, I know this year you added an extra truck, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you got 2 trucks now this year. Are you planning to keep expanding with that, or are you just planning on just you and one other guy?
No, the biggest thing for me was wanting to have all my equipment on site and not having to use my personal truck for work. I was very adamant about that. And I hated getting scratches and dings on my personal truck. And what's funny, I ended up selling it. So now it don't even matter. But, I just hated driving and it pulled the trailer, no problem. You could get in it, no problem. It did fine. I just did not like getting the wear and tear from going to the dump or going to the mulch yard or putting stuff in the back of it, and I know it's a truck, but it was a nice truck. It was my F-150, and I wanted to get another 3/4 ton that I knew could pull my dump trailer, could pull my trailer, and I wouldn't have any trouble on job sites. And, the big thing for me is having an extended cab, having a back seat for when I have multiple guys. Cause sometimes you know how it is, you may get on a bigger job, you may need 3 guys, not just you and one guy, and you want to have room for everybody and not be crammed in a truck. So I wanted to make sure I had enough room. So the extended cab was a must. And we ended up doing that. But like I said, I honestly don't drive both trucks every day. I have it when I need it. And
Right.
I love being able to go, hey, here's the single cab, go ahead and grab it, hook up the dump trailer, meet me at the job,
Right.
like, and instead of going, okay, well, I'm going to leave the equipment trailer here with all the tools. I'm going to go pick up my dump because I got to go get mulch, all that back and forth stuff. So
Oh
I
yeah,
would,
it adds up. If you don't have the right equipment, like James is saying, you always want to have, it's kind of like we always try to take everything with us that we can. We went from this year we sold 2 trucks right out of our lot this year, just because we hadn't been using them. And this year now we're kind of looking for an extra truck because like James said, some days even when you got 2 people, you need that extra truck and you need that extra trailer. And it's funny, we load as much as we can. I have a truck box that has everything in it, and then I have a box in the back seat of my truck because I have an extended cab, and it has tons of irrigation tools in it, irrigation stuff. I can literally do anything out of my truck, and it's like we sit down before we leave for a job, and we're like, okay, do we have every tool that we need? Like we're doing a pruning job. Do we have the chainsaw? Well, we're not cutting nothing down, but we might need it. So let's grab the chainsaw, you make sure you have everything with you when you leave out that door, so.
well, that's
So
one of my big things. And that's why I like your enclosed, because you have almost like a mobile workshop. You can keep a little bit of everything you need, whereas mine's all in a garage. It's extremely organized like an enclosed trailer would be. But, I got to go in my garage, like, hey, grab the pole head trimmer, grab the medium length head trimmer, grab a chainsaw in case we got to cut a thick limb, grab a sawzall, grab the auger. And all my stuff goes in the back of my truck where it goes in the cage on my trailer. So, I'm very big on organization, but that's one thing I'm kind of envious of, you guys that run enclosed, because if I had an enclosed, buddy, I'd have every freaking thing in my garage in there. You know what I mean? Just like
right.
Scott, have it decked out for any kind of repair work. So,
Oh yeah, we carry a lot of tools in there that you wouldn't find. I mean, it's amazing that we broke down sometimes. So we have a floor jack in there. We have you know impact wrench. We have all kinds of tools that actually. I've changed axles out on the middle of a highway road. So to be able to have most of that stuff on you and be able to do it, and it's amazing to have that inside your enclosed trailer. The main thing I'm looking for is I got a smaller dump trailer, but I want one of those DMT trailers from Mulchmate, but I want to enclose in the front part of it so I can carry everything inside it at all times and then still have the ability to dump. That's what I really want to see.
shut up, man. There's a cheaper than that trailer. I'll have to get you linked up with this website, but there's a company in Tennessee called SLE Equipment, Southern Lawn Equipment, and they build, and they have this trailer. It's a hybrid trailer. And actually, when Eli and Ben were down here, Ben was trailer shopping a couple months ago. He ended up going with a SureTrack, but we went and looked at these trailers, and it's a hybrid. And Scott, it's the bigger axle. I don't know is not a 5,600 pound, the bigger one, or
Okay.
step above that. So the 10,000 pound, the heavy duty, the 8 lug axles. It was eight lug axles on a 6x14 dump trailer, and then in the front trailer, it had you can get it enclosed with a drop down ramp, or you can get it open trailer with a drop down ramp. And it had enough room to probably fit a 60-inch mower or fit a 36 stander and like a 48 stander turned sideways. So like it had the capability of being able to do everything. But the enclosed was sweet, man, because it had the shelf built in it. It had the racks to hold tools. I was like, dude, that is the setup for landscaping right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was like $10,000, but it was still cheaper than that DMT trailer from Mulchmate. And I was like, that's still not a bad deal, you know? And I have not seen anybody in Nashville with that trailer. So just that alone, I feel like you'd set yourself apart if you had some good branding on it. Because people, what kind of trailer is that? That thing's wild looking, you know? And, 3/4 ton truck, you wouldn't have no trouble pulling it. You know what I mean? Not, stopping all that kind of stuff. So, and
Oh
it still
yeah.
has a dump. You could put a machine in there in the back if you wanted to. So it was a very versatile piece of equipment. I really liked it. And Eli was like, dang, dude, sweet. That's a good setup right there. Because he bags grass. So we were talking about that, for the walker, backing up the walker on the ramp and then dumping it in the dump trailer. And then the dump trailer doors in the front open up. They swing open. So you could back the mower right in there from that open ramp area. Pretty cool, man. It was a really neat setup. So I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of what I want. Definitely send me that link. I know I'm going to be in Nashville here in the next couple of weeks, so that would be nice to go check out.
We definitely need, and they have them on site on the website you can look at, and then they actually have them in person too. But they build them out to spec however you want it, man. So you want it bigger axle, you want 2-foot mesh sides, you want trimmer racks put on it, you want hand tool racks, you want a they'll add anything you want, which is really cool. Very good company. They build a lot of like food truck trailers. I don't know if you've seen those. They do a lot of those with like the porch on the back of them for grilling and stuff. So they're very, they're good at custom fab work. So it's definitely someplace to check out, and they're obviously not like Sure Track and PJ and Gator Made. They're not like the fancy brands that everybody runs, but they are still built very good quality and that type of thing. So that's just
Nice.
one of my deals, one of my spills I was talking to the boys about when they were down here. And that kind of may be my direction in the next couple of years, man. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, I think you should. I mean, landscaping is big. There's always stuff to do when you're landscaping. And one thing, everybody is saying here is I know you do landscaping, but what do you love to do on the outside? I know we talked about this before, but
yeah,
besides landscaping, what do you like to do?
Oh man. Well, if you know me personally outside of lawn care landscaping, I absolutely love video games and love movies and collectible things. I have a pretty nice game room at my house, and it's not big. It's just a bedroom, but I converted it to a game room. Nice big comfy couch, huge TV. Built my hold all my stuff, and it's cool just to sit in there, man. It's like you're at your own personal movie theater, and I absolutely love you name it, any kind of movie, man. I took one winter when I was super bored from work to and it's super cheesy, man, super corny, but literally alphabetize all my movies so they were in alphabetical order for when I wanted to look at one to watch. And my mom was like, "You are ridiculous for doing that." And I'm just like, I'm not doing nothing. I might as well, And so I love video games and love movies. And right now I have it kind of set up to where I have like 6 different video game systems I can play. A lot of old ones. I play a lot of the old ones, man. I have collectible games from when I was a kid. So we're talking like Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. Right now I got my Sega Saturn hooked up, and then my Dreamcast. And I have this one I'm pretty excited about. It's called a RetroCon. It's a Chinese console, but it'll play Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Famicom, and all the Game Boy. And it's one console, and you just plug in whatever console or whatever game you want in that controller, and you can play it on your new TV. So it's pretty cool. It's a fun console, man, to be able to pure nostalgia, bring back the old stuff.
Right. Nice. So what's your favorite game then?
Oh, dude, that's if you know me personally, like I love Sonic, and I have a Sonic the Hedgehog tattoo, and so I absolutely love Sonic, man. So I'm a Sega guy through and through. So probably any Sonic game. Love first-person shooter video games. Love the kind of laid-back farming style games. I like some of those just to relax, So it just depends on the mood I'm in, man. So most of the time, yeah, we're doing a little bit of that.
Heck yeah.
What are you doing?
So, what's I know I hear this all the time. I know we've been talking about it through UAG on our WhatsApp app. How are you dealing with the gas prices? Is it high over by you guys?
Oh man, well, it's gotten really high. I'm thankful I have gas pickup trucks, which uh, don't get me wrong. I know the diesels pull better, have better power, blah blah blah, but I don't have the gas price issues that some of the guys deal with. Obviously, I'm still paying 450, but I haven't paid over five yet, and I'm thankful for that. And my gas trucks have honestly done just as well. I haven't had any issues with them in that respect. But this year, man, we talked about it in February and March, but incorporating some kind of fuel surcharge in with your work. Any landscaping jobs, I'm charging a gas fee, fuel surcharge fee, and then my new HOA contract, I put one in monthly. And I was like, hey, gas prices aren't high right now, but I'm just giving you a heads up if it does get crazy, because this HOA property I picked up is 35 minutes from my house. So it's pretty far. So it goes back to what we were talking about, making sure you got the right tools, make sure you got everything with you, because you're far away and gas is crazy expensive out there. It is $5 in Brentwood, which is the real nice area of town. So obviously you don't want to be out there without the right equipment. So, or have to pay for gas out there. Definitely want to before you leave the house, So I do a fuel surcharge in with my work, and I'm not one to, and this is a very debatable topic. I haven't gone up on my customers. What I did to counteract that was any new customers charging just like premium price right off the bat. If I know it's a $50 yard, I'm going to charge 60 to cut it because gas is high, and so that's kind of what I've been doing to accommodate or make up for that. So.
Right. That's awesome. So now is your fuel charge a set price or you do a percentage?
Percentage of the work. Like my HOA contract monthly has been around 1,600, but with the fuel surcharge, it's jumped up to like 1,740, 1,760, just to cover my gas out there weekly, just for that day when we're working, you know what I mean? So it's worked out. And then if we got to do a dump run or anything like that, accommodate that into the price, where last year, 2 years ago, you may have just did it and didn't charge for it. You know what I mean? So right. You got to so, and that's helped me out. I haven't really had too many people bat an eye about it. I've included it in new landscaping work too. Just fuel surcharge fee for gas going to and from job, picking up materials, etc. And it's kind of self-explanatory. So it's worked out. What about you, man? What have you been doing for that?
We haven't charged a surcharge yet. We upped our prices 15% in the beginning of the year. And we've been thinking about it, debating it, looking at different ways of doing it. So we're probably going to do it, but I just don't know when we're going to do it and how we want to do it. So.
Gotcha. Well, I just kind of eased it in, but I did and you know how it is, Scott, like when you talk to somebody in person versus talking to them on the phone, they can be a little less receptive. So like when I went and bidded that HOA and walked that property with the lady, I told her what was going on. And she said, no, I get that completely, James. We appreciate, telling us up front and being honest. And obviously there can be some give and take there. If they need something done, we'll kind of judge and do that off of it or whatever. But definitely, make people happy, but you also want to cover your bases at the same time and make sure you're not getting the short end. So.
Cool. So we're about done here. So James, where can people find you at?
Yeah. So if you guys don't already, follow me on Instagram, James Shields 2MS. My old page got hacked. I was kind of bummed about that, but that's my new page and it's up there. So give me a follow, shoot me a message, man. I'm on Facebook, my personal name at James Shields. And then you can look me up on Google as well, Second Mile Landscaping and Lawn Care.
Awesome. And you can find him on UAG. He is part of the Echo Means Business Group, so follow him up there too. Also follow the Landscaping to the Point podcast. So
y'all give Scott give a quick plug for Scott. Y'all give him a follow, man. Landscaping to the Point is really cool. It's it's a new direction for podcasting in the landscaping world, lawn care world, because they normally just talk about lawn care and landscaping. And I like that Scott's bringing our personal side to it as well. So it's definitely something to get into. And he's always, he's had hosts on that are super serious about lawn care and landscaping. So, and when you hear him talk about other things besides what they do for a living, it's funny. You're like, they do that, really? You know, so it's a really cool podcast. Definitely give it a listen if you can.
Thank you, James. Thank you for joining. We're gonna have it, like I said in the beginning, we're gonna start doing YouTube Live. So we're gonna have James back on, and can't wait to have him back on. So thank you again, James.
Forward to it. Appreciate it, Scott.
You have a good night, buddy, and thank you. And that's all for tonight. Keep following us and keep listening, guys. Please do not drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. Have a good night, guys.
Night, guys.